A lot of people are really angry at me because I home wrecked a wedding. So I'm going to talk about what happened. About 2 years ago, I had a situationship with this guy, let's call him Mark, that only lasted about a month, but it was one of those situationships that even though it only lasted a month, you just can't get over it. I felt like I was going through a breakup with my long-term boyfriend, even though this man was never my boyfriend and I only knew him for a month. If you know, you know. If you've been there, you get it. So after things ended with Mark, I did all the things that I needed to do to get over him. I did no contact and I unfollowed him on all social media so that I couldn't see what he was up to and continue to hurt my own feelings. And I did eventually start to get over him, but he was always my one that got away. Like when I was doing girls' nights with my friends, I would have 2 glasses of wine and be like, I miss Mark. I wonder what he's up to. But I didn't know what he was up to because he was private on social media, so I couldn't even go and check his accounts if I wanted to. Then about 3 months ago, out of the blue, I get a text message from Mark after not speaking to him for like 2 years. And he says, hey, was thinking about you and was wondering if you wanted to get a drink and catch up. And in my little delusional head, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, he's been thinking about me. I think about him sometimes. Like, it's meant to be. This time it's gonna work. We're gonna fall in love. We're gonna have a family. We're gonna have children. Everything's amazing. So we meet up the next night for drinks, and immediately it's just like when we met for the first time. There was just instant chemistry, instant sparks. And I was like, yeah, this is my husband. This time we are gonna work out. I have faith in it. Trust the process. And after that, Mark and I started seeing each other and entered a little situationship again, just like we were in 2 years ago. So I decided that it's time for me to go back and follow him on social media. But I noticed that after a few days passed, he had not accepted my follow request. And when I bring it up to him, he's like, oh, I stopped using social media. I didn't delete my accounts, but I deleted the apps from my phone. And this did not send any red flags to me because I remembered 2 years ago, he wasn't even that active on social media anyway, so this made sense to me. But as we continued to see each other, something in my gut was just screaming at me that something was off. He was way more shady with his phone than normal. Sometimes I would catch him in weird little white lies. And so one day I decided I'm just gonna check his Instagram page again, and I noticed that it shows he had one more post than he had last time I checked. So obviously he was lying to me about having deleted all of his social media apps. And to be real, there's only one reason why a man would lie to me about not using social media and not wanting me to follow him or be on his account. And that's because he has a girlfriend and he's cheating on her with me. That's the only reason I could think of. So I immediately start searching this man on the internet, seeing what I can find. And what I found shocked me because he didn't have a girlfriend. He had a full fiance, and I found their wedding page, like their little page dedicated to their wedding that had the date, the place, everything, and their wedding was next month. So I know that I need to reach out to the fiance and let her know that her man is cheating on her, but I decided that instead of reaching out directly to the fiance, I'm gonna reach out to the maid of honor because the entire wedding party was listed on the website. So I easily found who the maid of honor was and found her on social media and decided to send her a message. I think some people would say that that was the wrong decision and I should have reached out directly to the fiance immediately, but I don't know this girl. I don't know how she best receives this kind of horrible information. So I decided that asking her best friend would probably be a better move. And if the best friend told me you should reach out to her directly and tell her, that's what I would have done. But I wanted to give the best friend the option to be the one to tell her because maybe that would be better for her. I didn't know. I didn't know what to do in the moment. That's the decision I made. She responded immediately, freaking out and asked to get on a call. So we FaceTimed and I told her all the information I had. At this point, Mark and I had only been talking again for about a month, but yeah, he was definitely cheating because we were fully in another situationship. A day later, I get a message from the fiance asking if I can give her a call, and I'm expecting her to be really upset on this call, crying, asking me questions, but that is not what I got. She was really angry, really mad at me. I get on the call and she's yelling at me about how I home wrecked her relationship. I ruined the wedding, that I now need to help compensate for all of the cancellations for the wedding to happen. I was so confused. I was like, wait, I'm sorry. You want me to pay like your cancellation fees for your wedding? So I'm trying to calm her down. I'm like, listen, I'm so sorry this happened. And I'm genuinely so sorry for the part I played, but none of it was intentional. I had no idea that he was seeing anyone else. He had told me when we saw each other on that first date a month ago that he had been single since we'd been together. He said that after our situationship ended, he had never seriously dated anyone else. So I truly thought he was single. I told her that the minute I even got a little inkling that something was up, I looked it up, found out that he had a fiance, and then immediately conveyed that information. So I don't know what else she wants me to do. But now her family and multiple other members of her bridal party are reaching out to me, telling me that this is all my fault and that I need to help compensate her for portions of the canceled wedding. I obviously feel horrible for Mark's now ex-fiance, but I was also really hurt by this situation. I had known Mark for over 2 years, and it was somebody that I really cared about, and he lied to me, and he put me in a horrible situation where I was now the other woman, and his now ex is super hurt, and I feel horrible about that. But other than letting her know that Mark was cheating, I don't think I have any other obligations in this situation. But let me know what you think and what you think I should do. And let me know if you want to know what happens next, because I'm sure there'll be updates.